Lotus Block 7 was a 13-story apartment complex located in Shanghai, China. This particular building was a part of a larger group of apartment complexes known as Lotus Riverside, which are obviously located along the shores of the river. The collapse of Lotus River Block 7 occurred in June of 2009 and resulted in one death along with millions of dollars in damage to the site and equipment. The general reason for this awful collapse is tied to the excavation of the complex's underground parking structure. The dirt that was removed for the parking structure was placed on the opposite side of the river. This large amount of displaced dirt created unexpected lateral forces on the Block 7 complex and eventually resulted in complete failure of the structure.
Any construction company with common sense would not make such a mistake, said an expert from the investigation team. So how did they think their plans were sound? It turns out the error was actually due to the construction company's ignorance rather than flaws in design or building materials. Block 7 used pre-stressed high-strength concrete in their foundation. Pre-stressed precast concrete piles are a common alternative to steel piles. Their benefits include durability, adaptability, and high load capacity. The Lotus building used hollow piles, which, in comparison to solid piles, have a reduction in bearing capacity and flexural load capacity. However, these hollow foundation piles were being used properly, so the design of the foundation was not in fact what took this building down.
The catalyst of this tremendous failure was not the design of the foundation itself, but the flawed excavation practice that took place before collapse. After constructing the apartment building, a subterranean garage was to be excavated on the south side of the structure. The mass of displaced soil from this excavation was stored on the opposite side of the building. While the garage excavation in the south was only 15 feet deep, the pile of excavated soil in the north stood up to 35 feet high. This soil storage arrangement removed soil pressure on the structure from the south side, whilst increasing soil pressure from the north side, thereby creating a net lateral pressure on the structure's concrete piles. In the days leading up to the collapse, heavy rainfall saturated the excavated soil pile, which proved to create a critical magnitude of this net pressure. The foundation's piles lacked the lateral bracing necessary to withstand the imbalanced soil loads. The excess lateral pressure, combined with increased viscosity of the water-saturated soil, led to the catastrophic failure of the piles. As piles snapped, the building began to tilt toward the excavated garage and ultimately collapse in its entirety.
The Block 7 collapse obviously could have been avoided. This was a very good example to demonstrate the effect that construction and site planning have on not only budget and schedule, but also safety. This event would not have happened if the garage had been dug before the building was constructed. However, even if the garage excavation absolutely had to be done after the construction of Block 7, this still should not have happened. It was later found that the soil could withstand a mound of up to 16.5 feet high on the side of the building opposite the excavation. If the contractor would have simply spread the soil throughout the site or hauled it off the site in a worst-case scenario, the collapse would have been avoided. Furthermore, even if this was not possible, lateral bracing of the excavation could have been done to stabilize the excavations, as this technique is used in different ways all the time within the construction industry. In the end, this event was an expensive and deadly lesson to contractors everywhere that geotechnical data and geotechnical engineering is involved not only in the design of structures, but in the building and excavation processes as well.